in the 21st century, doubting anything that is to do with religions is becoming a commonplace phenomenon. Now, if you talk to any young man or any young woman, especially in the institutes of higher education, you will always find them questioning. Why is it that we believe in God? Why do we have to accept whatever that is being taught to us? It's a normal question, but at the same time, it reflects one of the problems of our time. Why do I say that it is a problem? Now, the way that I analyze it would be because when they say that we don't want to accept anything that is taught in the faith or in Christianity about God or eternal life or heaven or whatever, what they say is what we normally would want to accept is what is scientific. The discoveries of science are acceptable. Discoveries of modern technology are valid. So faith and believing in God are always to be doubted, to be questioned, and to be understood more critically. I believe today, celebrating the second Sunday of Easter, the whole question of doubting is emphasized. Thomas, who was a disciple of Jesus, was doubting whether he has really risen from the dead. Any one of us would question. If someone comes and tells me so and so was living and this person is dead, and now I hear that this person is back to life, there is no question doubting. I don't think it is wrong in doubting. But what is it that we doubt? Now, Thomas was doubting the presence of Jesus when he saw the risen Lord face to face, and he found that he is intelligible, that he is really alive. Then he began to believe and also to have faith in the risen Lord. Now, if we apply the same experience of Thomas, the disciple, we all may have doubts about our faith. But then again, what do we believe then? The normal tendency is to say we accept what is scientifically proved, what has been accepted as scientific discoveries. And so therefore we accept, and we have no problem in having faith in science, but not in religion and not in faith, not in whatever that is being taught to us. If we really go deep into this whole question, my dear friends, can we also have complete faith in science? Yes. Yes and no. Why do I say this? One of the greatest scientists of the present century, Francis Collins, who was a former atheist. He grew up as an atheist. He became a scientist. And of course, he was also the leading person in the genome program, that is, researching into DNA. What he says is that as a scientist, I don't see any difference between science and religion. Why? Because when you do science, we always have the assumption, or we always have the faith that everything that is created in this world, in the cosmos, in human body, in human DNA or whatever, there is a certain order or there is a certain structure. If science were to probe into something that is not having any order, there is no structure, there is all complete disarray, science is not possible. So what he says is that in science, what we do is to have the faith that there is a certain order, there is a certain structure in everything that we study scientifically. That is the assumption. That is the faith we have. So he says, why do we make a difference between assumptions of our faith and the assumptions of science? Without faith, he says, you cannot neither do good science, no good religion, and no good faith. So therefore, the message for us is that having questions, having doubting, or going through a process of lack of clarity is a normal thing. It's nothing wrong in itself. But we also need to know that without faith, you can't even do science, which we think can be done without faith. No. Good science, deep science would accept that without faith, that you cannot neither do science nor faith and religion. Thank you.